Pope Francis is asking priests from a diocese in Nigeria to accept the bishop appointed to them 5 years ago or risk suspension. The Holy Father's strong words came during his meeting with a delegation from Ahiazu diocese last Thursday in the Vatican. Vatican correspondent Mary Shovlin joins us from Rome. Mary, the bishop in question was appointed by Pope Benedict in 2012. Why are members of the clergy and the faithful there opposing his appointment?
Lauren, Bishop Okpaleke was not chosen from among the local priests of that diocese. Ahiazu is in Mumbai, a predominantly Catholic region of Imo State in southern Nigeria, whereas Bishop Okpaleke is from Anambra State, which borders Imo to the north. So they sent a petition in 2012 when the bishop was appointed on behalf of the coalition of these Igbo Catholics, and they said that no priest from Baise origin is a bishop today is, quote, mind-boggling. The petition that they sent to Benedict said, citing that they had more priests per capita in that diocese than any other diocese in Nigeria, and in their opinion, they could have found somebody from that pool of priests qualified to lead the diocese instead of bringing in an outsider, in their opinion.
How is Pope Francis proposing to solve the crisis?
Lauren, during the audience, the Pope requested simply that the diocese receive Bishop Okpaleke, and Pope Francis asked that every priest in the diocese, whether he resides there, works elsewhere, even priests that are from that diocese who work abroad, he wants them to write a letter of apology personally to Pope Francis, asking for forgiveness for their disobedience, for not letting the bishop carry out his work. That's a very strong gesture by the Pope on his part. We haven't seen anything like this in modern church history. The Pope added, whoever fails to do this within 30 days is ipso facto, which means by the very fact, suspended from all divine things, such as the celebration of the sacrament. So very strong words. We'll see what happens in the next 30 days.
That is a heavy, heavy punishment. What reason is the Pope giving for this decision?
Because, as he said, Lauren, quote, the people of God are scandalized. And he reminded us that Jesus said, whoever causes scandal must suffer the consequences. Pope Francis said he'd been following these events since he took office and admitted that he thought about even suppressing the diocese, which means the diocese would no longer exist. But he later decided that the church is a mother and cannot abandon her many children. So Pope Francis obviously thinking of the faithful there. So he decided not to repress the diocese, but asked for this letter of apology, and hopefully they can move forward towards reconciliation.
Sounds like the Pope is using a big stick in this instance. Mary Shovlin, EWTN News Nightly Vatican correspondent. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Lauren.